Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hangar, the home of the Ballard Bombers for tonight's varsity doubleheader between the Gilbert Tigers and the Ballard Bombers. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Brock Bierman, alongside my color commentator, Tim Davis. And tonight, especially on the girls' end, very important games for the Ballard Bombers.
Yeah, Brock, we got to get off the schneid. We spoke with Coach Anderson on Friday night, halftime of the boys' game, and and he mentioned, and he wasn't very happy, and you could tell by the tone of the interview, and we'll see how Monday went. Coach said he wasn't going to see him until Monday afternoon for practice, so we'll see if they got some things ironed out and see what happens. But this Gilbert team, they're young, and they're pretty good. But Ballard with the early turnover, so that's a good start for the Bombers.
Bombers with the ball here early on. Calvert on the right side looking to give it to Thompson down low. Instead finds Levy at the top of the perimeter with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
I found it interesting. Not a senior in the starting lineup for Gilbert. A lot of their key contributors all underclassmen, but Leah just can't get her going. We're so used to seeing her make those little bunnies like that, Brock, and she's just a little off, but Bombers starting out in zone right now. Different look than what we're used to seeing typically from the Lady Bombers.
As the Tigers fire a corner three from Schnormeyer and unable to get it to go, but offensive rebound. And we've talked, that's been one of the kryptonites of this Bomber team this year, is that ball does get tipped out of bounds. It'll remain Gilbert ball. But still, those extra possessions that Gilbert or other opponents that the Bombers have faced this year has been the...
Yeah, it's kind of been a bugaboo for us, right? And that's with playing man-to-man. So out of the zone, it's going to be interesting to see because we don't typically see us play this zone. And we didn't see it when we had Brooklyn Baumgartner, and she's out again with that boot on her foot. But got a Lee in the middle and got some athletic wings, though, out here with Rigby and Roeder. So see what happens. I'm interested now.
With 5 seconds on the shot clock, that three is no good. Rebound by Thompson. Thompson, again, we mentioned she's been struggling a little bit from the field. Still had 18 points, but, field goal percentage-wise, not the greatest as Levy hits the three-point shot for the Bombers. She's been one of the key contributors to this offense, though, during the two-game losing streak.
Yeah, she has. And again, she hit that one from about 3 foot behind the three-point line. So I think her mark is 24 feet and out as opposed to 24 feet and in. But she's consistently making them, and we need them to go in the basket, that's for sure.
Of course, the Bombers coming off of a loss against the Carroll Tigers last Friday, 45-54. Turned the ball over 19 times while also giving up a bunch of rebounds on the offensive end. Looking to fix those issues tonight against the Gilbert Tigers, who are coming off of a win against the Winterset Huskies. 70-41 was the final on that one.
They blew Winterset out, which was a little bit interesting to me because Winterset's got a good program down there, both girls and boys. Numbers-wise, starting to see that suburban sprawl down there in Winterset.
And that was Mia Kottman with the opening bucket for the Gilbert Tigers. One of the key contributors to this team, averaging over 12 points a game.
And Gilbert showed just kind of a little 2-2-1 pressure there. Bombers didn't have any problems with it, but maybe just to take a little time off the shot clock, make them think.
Levy kicks it out to Thompson, who fires a three and hits it. Out of all the things, she hasn't shot a lot of threes the last couple games, so seeing her make her first attempt from three is great.
100%, being 2 for 2 from downtown to take a 6-2 early lead. That's big for the Bombers, just confidence, right? We talked about it. And giving up the extra possessions on the turnovers and the rebounds, Brock, Gilbert can shoot 32%, but if you got twice as many attempts, the numbers work in their favor. But so far, so good with this zone, too, with the Bombers.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Patel with it for the Tigers, guarded by Rigby. Top of the perimeter. They'll work it over to the left side, and they need to put something up with 2 seconds, and that's the pressure of the Bomber defense forcing that travel call.
Absolutely, Brock, and this is quite an adjustment for Coach Anderson. In all honesty, getting away from that man-to-man and playing that zone, but personnel kind of dictates that a little bit as well. Not expending as much energy on the defensive side.
Levy wants another three, misses that one. That was tipped out of bounds, last touch by Molly Schnormeyer, and it will be a Bombers ball. And, last possession for the Tigers, they only turned it over 9 times in their last game. So if the Bombers can find a way to get that number higher than 9 tonight, Bombers have a good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, they should be in good shape. And I think probably right now Gilbert's probably going, what are they doing playing zone? Just not used to seeing it. So It may take them a few trips here, but we're almost 4 minutes into this one, and so far so good for the Bombers.
Off the Thompson miss, the Tigers have it. Looking to get their second bucket of the night. Patel feeds it to Hales. There's 31. Henningsen fouled down low. 2 shots as she went up for the 2-point shot.
Yeah, Megan Roeder just kind of bailed her out there just a little bit. I think she had position on Thompson, but I think Aaliyah could have reached over, blocked the shot. Megan was a half a step slow, but on anything on the perimeter, we're moving with the pass when it's in the air, and that's a good sign for zone is when you're moving with the ball while it's in the air because you're there on time as opposed to being late. When you're there late, you're beat.
This Tigers team shooting around 50% from the free throw line as they go 1 for 2 on that trip. So if there comes to time where fouls become an issue, it may favor the Bombers to send them to a line rather than giving up easy buckets.
That's a good stat, and that's one to keep in your holster for later, folks, as we continue on here, because 50% from the charity stripe is not great. It looks like Levy might have drug her pivot there, but we got a break again. A couple times they've had some balls just tip off their hands, and back to the Bombers.
Number 4, Katie Sneezik checks in for the first time tonight. Bombers with possession with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Rigby looking to give it up and does over to Roeder on the left side. 5 seconds on the shot clock now. Calvert needs to put something up. Finds Thompson, puts up the layup, but it looks like she may have traveled, and that's what the officials call.
Just got a little antsy with it, knew the shot clock was running down, but again, that's the second time we've seen the shot clock come into play here. We haven't seen it much so far this year as far as being a factor, but we are tonight. Gilbert just playing that good, solid man-to-man defense, and the Bombers still look a little out of sorts there. Gilbert's running some decent sets against this zone, but
another turnover. That was Schnordemeyer with the turnover as it went off her leg, so it will be Bombers ball.
It looks to me like Gilbert wants to play this a little bit more in the full court here with the pressure that they're bringing, and they can't get any buckets to fall.
And a quick timeout called by Kelly Anderson and the Ballard Bombers. 6-3 is the score. They lead it. Have 2 threes, one from Levy and one for Thompson. And they lead it here. Bombers, of course, you know, we've mentioned it early on. They're looking to get back on the winning side of things, entering the game 4-4, overall 3-2 in conference play. And we mention it all the time during the boys' games that winning in the home court is so important. And unfortunately, the Bombers have lost the last 2 at home. What do you think? What do you want to see from this Bomber team, especially on the offensive end? Because I feel like defense, they've been able to stay in games. It's been the offensive end that they've struggled turning the ball over probably more than they would like.
Well, a couple things, Bears. We've seen them stay in the games in the first half, and then I think our lack of depth and we get a little tired. Offensively, I think we've just got to keep going to the basket. I think that's something that Coach Anderson wants to see, is trying to get to the free throw line, not settling for threes. If they're good threes and open threes, great. But it's playing downhill towards the basket and getting the right people the ball in the right position, I think, is huge for the Bombers' success.
Levy with it. 13 seconds on the shot clock. She drives in on the right side. Nice step, but just unable to get it
through. Couldn't get it to go down, but nice move. Boy, that's a deep one.
And it's good. That is
smokes.
Mia Kottman with the three-point shot.
That was like a little, that was a Matchbox 20 ball there, Brock. That was a rainmaker. That thing was from deep, and it almost hit the rafters, but fell right through. Whew.
Levy takes it in again. That layup is no good as well. Here come the Tigers.
They want to play in transition.
Hales tries to get it down low to Henningsen. Kick out. That 3 is good from Molly Schnodermeyer.
And the transition bucket there, not really transition, but secondary. And now we've got another travel call. And Coach Anderson was talking about the pressure and how to beat it, but it's a little different pressure we're seeing man-to-man.
Jada Landy checks in for the Bombers.
Going back to that three-point shot, it wasn't in transition, but down the floor in a hurry. We were on the scramble, had a wide-open look on it. So, oh, wow, what a pass there.
And that is number 11, Adeline Gok. She just checked in and already contributing for the Tigers.
And that was just right by almost the ear hole of Aaliyah Thompson. I didn't even see an opening, but Roeder from downtown.
And she hits it. Megan Roeder with the three-point shot. Bombers have all 3 so far tonight.
Yeah, feeling it from distance so far, and thank goodness. Or this one could be out of hand early, but both teams shooting it from the outside pretty well.
Oh, Cotman almost launched it again from that Kelly logo.
Yeah, that same spot. She was feeling it there.
Patel drives in, looking to step through, but the officials are going to call a travel call. As Thompson was there, just went straight up and was able to affect the whole move that Cotman was making.
Just disrupted what was going on. Solid move, but when you got a 6'1" girl standing there and you're 5'5", it ain't going to work out so well for you.
And the Tigers bring this full court pressure, but the Bombers are able to get it over half court easily this time with 1:40 left in the first quarter.
It's like the Tigers are playing that man-to-man, and there's another one for us.
2 for 2 from 3.
There we go, 4 threes here in the first quarter, filling it up. And the crazy thing is Calvert doesn't have one yet.
And on the other end, Schnormeyer with the 3, responding to the Bombers.
Molly Schnormeyer, that was a deep one as well. Shooting the basketball right now from distance, both teams. I think combined for 7 threes so far in the first quarter.
I think you're right. Yeah, 7 threes so far tonight as Thompson takes it in, rolls in and out.
She's just going to see those go down, and it's going to be a completely different ball game for her.
And that is Cotman for another long 3. This time it's no good. Rebound by Schnormeyer. Patel with it.
Offensive rebound.
And it leads to a 3 from Schnormeyer.
Schnormeyer, that's another one.
8 threes in the first quarter by both teams.
Looks like Coach Frisk was trying to get a timeout, couldn't get one called. I wonder if he's got somebody. Well, he only got one team foul, so interesting there.
27 seconds left in the first quarter. About a 4-second differential between shot and game clock. Bombers with it. Down 5. Landy drives in, kicks it over to Rigby on the left side with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Landy, looking to give it to Calvert on the right side, and does. Thompson, who has 2 threes already with it, needs to put something up. Drives in, little floater. There it is. That's the shot that Aaliyah Thompson has been wanting to hit and finally gets it to go before the end of the first quarter.
Really solid first quarter on the offensive side for the Bombers, but a little better one for the Tigers.
Bombers lead it. Oh, Bombers trail, sorry. 14-17 here inside the hangar. Want to give a quick shout out to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for supporting all things Ballard Athletics, as well as the Ballard Network. They help support and buy equipment for all athletic teams, and they also put on a great little basketball AAU tournament here every year, which is also one of the great things that they do. And all of that, all the funds goes back to the Ballard Athletics as well as the Ballard Network. That camera that you're seeing here tonight that's following the action, all automated, and that's thanks to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club. You see those QR codes right there. You can become a member and support the Booster Club and all things Ballard Athletics.
Absolutely. You don't have to be living in the community. If your grandma, grandpa, aunt, or uncle, and you're out of town, you can go ahead and scan that QR code, and you'll see it again during the boys' game. Become a member. They do a lot of great things for the Ballard athletes at all levels here. So we're thankful for the Booster Club. We always talk about it. Every town's got one, but I think we've got one of the best, if not the best. But we're biased, and they don't pay us to say that. They just help us out with things, so we do say that.
The Bombers down 3 early on. They do start out with the possession, but only 1 bucket inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, and that was that little runner floater that we're used to seeing, and we're going to see it again right here.
Thompson takes it to the hoop, off the glass and in. That is a really good sign for the Bombers, and the Gilbert Tigers call a quick timeout early on in the second quarter, up 1.
So Coach Frisk there did not like how that was defended, and if we have the telestrator, which maybe we need to work on that, we'll talk to the executive producer. We ran a horn set, and basically all we did was we got it into Aaliyah, we cleared out the left side, and there was no help on the backside because we compromised the help defense. She caught it, faced up, 1 dribble to the rack, and she's almost impossible to stop going to her left like that. But nice set there from Coach Anderson right out of the quarter, and I think Coach Frisk knew it was coming. I believe, and he probably had a one-sided conversation with his team over there. The timeout with 12 seconds into the quarter.
So Thompson was the one to get the layup there. Already with 10 points tonight early on for the Bombers. Tigers looking to respond here as Henningsen takes it inside. Great defense by the Bombers. It will remain Gilbert ball, though.
And Henningsen had Patel out there on the corner for the three. That was a little horn set. They gave it, and they screened across from the other high post. So both teams kind of trying to run that horn stuff.
And off the inbounds, Patel is wide open, misses it terribly. Out of bounds, they say Thompson was the one to last touch it, so it will be Tigers' ball.
I saw that one a little differently, Brock, but maybe I don't have quite the view that the official had. So anyway, play on, play defense. Oh, boy.
Cottman not afraid to, pull the pump fake from that,
right.
which scares me because that means she knows she can make it.
I'm with you 100%. That's why I got the old boys. Whoa, okay, she's going to pull that.
And there's Schnormeyer with another three, no good. Rebound by Henningsen. Extra possession for the Tigers. The ball is tipped off the pass, loose ball and a foul as Roeder was going for the ball, and it looks like Patel is going to be the one called for it.
Yeah, we got a break there because we gave up the offensive rebound, but didn't come back to hurt us. But again, our stats from last game, we give up 10 of those offensive rebounds. And when you're not shooting it at a high percentage and you're giving up extra possessions, it's tough to win ball games, and we've seen that with the last two. But good pass ahead there from Levy, and we just can't get her to go down for Roeder. Couldn't ask for a better look.
Thompson tips the pass. It would have been a wide open layup for Henningsen if she didn't tip that one.
And the Tigers like to push the tempo. I mean, they don't, and they'll take transition buckets, but again, it's kind of like what we saw our guys do, our boys do against Carroll. Just put pressure on the defense to make them get back into a spot and find their zone or find their girl.
Sneezik checks in for Kottman. Tigers with it. Schnormeyer's shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Sneezik and Rigby tie it up. Jump ball. Possession arrow towards Gilbert.
Katie Sneezik just crashed the glass.
Had 6 rebounds last game against Winterset, so no shock to see that she's going towards the boards. Tigers looking to get it inbounded. Almost a turnover there. Henningsen drives in. Tries to get a shot over Levy, unable to get it to go.
Rigby with a force there, but Levy tracks it down.
Tough pass. Bombers over to the left side. Roeder fires another three. No good. Calvert gets the offensive rebound. Levy on the right side with the shot clock reset. Gives it up to Roeder. Top of the perimeter. Calvert unable to get the three as it goes off the back of the rim.
Not a great pass there from Roeder. Was kind of out of the shooting pocket. Kylie likes to catch it in that shooting pocket, catch and shoot. Kind of like Schnormeyer right there. Woo.
She's got 3 threes, 9 points tonight.
She's not afraid to pull the trigger with anybody close either.
And the lack of communication right there as Levy throws it to Rigby, who is already moving towards the paint.
Yeah.
So another turnover for the Bombers. And yeah, early on you can tell that both teams are wanting to shoot the ball from long range. And Gilbert's got a couple players that are not afraid to shoot it from deep.
From anywhere. Yeah, I mean, if they're in the gym, it seems like they're in range for them. And we've got to honor it. They've made a couple. Little double high ball screen action there.
Patel takes it in against Landy. Draws a foul, and she will go to the line. Jada Landy's first foul. I guess if there is a bright side to the game so far tonight, we are down 4. Only 2 fouls the entire game so far.
Pretty clean game outside of the travels, which has kind of been the name of the game for us here in the hangar.
Patel's free throw is good, averaging around 4 points a game, only shooting 33% from the line, so it's a good sign.
Wild, but Abby Patel, I'm telling you right now, Brock, she is all feet and knee braces. Knee sleeve. She has got some big feet out there, so she's probably going to, who knows, she might end up being 6'1" by the time she's a senior next year.
Only a junior, as the second free throw is no good. Rebound by Thompson.
Not a bad stroke there either from Abby, so odd that she doesn't shoot it very well from the free throw line. Maybe not enough attempts for her.
Levy misses the 3, rebound by Patel. Bombers have been forcing a couple passes so far tonight, almost leading to turnovers. They've been fortunate so far, but it's also led to their offense not necessarily moving probably the way they want.
Right.
Henningsen fires a 3. No good, and a foul on the rebound. That will be against Kottman, her first.
Yeah, just with a little push in the back there, just a little nudge, just enough to displace her.
So it will be Bombers ball.
It's like Abigail Thompson checked in here for the Tigers.
Bombers with it.
Little token pressure again. Maybe just take a little time off the clock. But Aaliyah Thompson's a nice outlet because and then we turn it over.
On the fast break, Schnormeyer takes it. Roeder's there with the block. And off the save, Bombers get the ball. Great possession of defense leads to nothing on the offensive end.
A little bit of a frantic pace right now with a couple of easy bunnies, and what a beautiful dish there.
Ooh, that's Hales to Henningsen for the layup.
Ooh. A little H&H action there, Hales and Henningsen, wow.
Levy responds with a layup of her own.
I think Coach Anderson asked the question, what the hell's going on out here?
On the other end, that three from Cotman's no good, and Calvert just rips that rebound out of Henningsen's hands. Thompson bounced past the Roeder. Tough layup is no good.
Megan's got to catch that ball, gather herself.
And Henningsen
wow,
gets
what a finish there from Ella Henningsen. Up and down, up and down. And the Tigers play 9 girls. The Bombers do not. So this is something we need to keep our eye on as it matriculates away from us as far as the lead.
Calvert fires a three. Rolls in and out.
A little better rhythm shot there for Kylie. Kind of a little hop step in there and had a good look. There's Schnormeyer again and Roeder with a nice closeout. But
able to split the defense and draw the foul on that take to the hoop. So it will be Molly Schnormeyer with a couple free throws. No, they called on the floor, so it will be an out-of-bounds play for the
You're
Tigers.
used to watching that NBA stuff, Brock, where you walk in the gym, it's shooting fouls, right?
Continuation.
Yeah, continuation from three-quarter court and no dribbling allowed in the NBA.
I think that's number 13, Allison Baker, that checks in for the Bombers for the first time tonight.
Yes, it is.
Again, with the injury to Brooklyn Baumgartner, Coach Anderson's had to switch up the lineups a little bit the last couple games.
Well, there's some confusion. We're wondering what's happening. Well, we're talking about, it was a foul on the ground, correct, Bear? That's where we're still at.
Well, yes.
Okay. So now we're wondering who the foul is on, or if we subbed somebody in or out.
They called, I don't even know if I guess I don't know if they announced who they called the foul on.
Like they called it on Calvert.
Okay. Yep.
But we subbed Roeder out. I'm not sure what happened.
Okay.
Brock, yeah. I don't have an answer here. I'm speechless, and that's a hard thing for me to be, right? This time of but I still don't know what the heck was going on there.
Who just scored there? We're lost.
Gilbert did. Well, Gilbert just scored. We'll see if we can figure it out on the big board.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Might have been 11. I don't know. It might have been 11. She's checking in. Who's that? Adeline Gauk. Gilbert's playing a lot of girls.
Yes.
and right now we're down 9, and that seems like a lot for the Bombers. We got to get a bucket or two here.
Landy with it, fires a long three, no good. Levy trying to get the rebound, and a tie-up possession arrow towards the Bombers.
Stays with the Bombers, so Levy crashing the glass. Nice job there by Reagan. Need to get an easy one here. Coach Anderson maybe draw something up and see what we got. Something simple. Confidence builder is what we need on this baseline. There
Thompson
we go.
Draws the foul and will go to the line.
Just what the doctor ordered there, Brock.
Oh, they called it on the floor. Again,
oh, wow.
And, I know I'm an NBA fan, but I would have.
No, I agree. This should have been continuation. She was in the motion. I agree.
I guess the Bombers will take it out underneath the bucket. Baker gets the inbound. Will find Levy. Thompson, who's been shooting it a little better tonight as she
There
gets that
we go.
left-handed layup.
Could have been an and one there, possibly two. I like how she's attacking the basket, but Patel right back at us.
Splits the defense and gets the deuce.
Nice step through there from Abby Patel.
And now, again, a 9-point lead for the Tigers. Levy fires a deep three and hits it.
Once again, the deeper the better for Reagan. She's just out there.
And a timeout called by Coach Anderson and the Ballard Bombers with 2:37 left in the half. They're down 6.
Good timeout here from Coach Anderson. I think just give us a little bit of a breather. Try to finish the half strong. We're down 6, big 3. Good finish last time from Aaliyah, so we're kind of clicking a little bit, but we got to get stops down here. And that's what he's probably talking to his girls about right now. Because really, he talked about it on Friday night, was we can score it, but we got to get stops. And that, I think that was the thing that probably had him the most frustrated, was not getting the defensive stops. Again, with giving up the offensive rebounds and things like that, because that's, he said it. That's what the Bombers, the program is hangs their hat on that. So
Tigers with the ball after the timeout by the Bombers. Inside, that is Hales on the drive.
Wow. Little double ball screen up there. Kind of ran a little picket fence. She came off it, and a little floater. Really nice job there from the freshman.
This is a really young Tigers team that's played some good basketball this year.
Yeah, they have.
Landy with it. Gives it to Levy. 16 seconds on the shot clock, and it looks like the Bombers are kind of confused here on the offensive end again. Yeah, Thompson on the left side will call her own number, flips it up and in. No glass this time from Thompson, but still gets the deuce.
But if in doubt, clear that left side out and let Aaliyah go to work. I mean, if we get confused on the offensive side, which we were there, that's Hales again. Couldn't get that one to go.
Be a key possession here for the Bombers as Calvert thought about the three, instead drives in, puts up the layup, no good. And I mean, that's great rotation from Snormeyer, able to just, I mean, again, didn't make any contact, but just went straight up, and Calvert hesitated on that layup.
Yep, bothered the shot, and then just right there, we saw the exact opposite there. We were half a step slow on it and couldn't quite get there in time, so we get the foul called on us.
Foul was on Rigby, her first. 1:22 left in the half. Bombers down 25-31. Shot right there from Kottman is no good. Roeder will check back in as Landy heads to the bench, well as Henningsen and number 10 Abigail Thompson check in for the Tigers as Sneezik, and it looks like Hales heads to the bench. One more free throw from Kottman. Goes 1 of 2 on that trip.
Right on their average, Bear.
50% coming into this game, and I think they are 50% tonight. Calvert with it over to Roeder. Thought about the three, instead gives it up to Levy. Over the left side to Rigby, and they're really sagging on Rigby, begging her to shoot that three.
Yes, they are. They're just sagging off of Rigby onto Thompson, onto Levy. Giving extra help. Switching ball screens here, so we could see a little bit of a mismatch if we want it. We've got to get the ball rotated in order to see it.
Levy traveled on the Euro attempt.
Yeah, that was maybe an anticipation there by the official, but I think that little hop in there maybe threw him for a little bit of, I thought she got bumped, though, on the way by. Maybe just a little hip check, but again, we're biased.
25-32. Bombers trail.
This Gilbert team settled in a little bit. You know, the first 4 minutes of the game, they were out of sorts. And they were out of sorts against that zone, but we haven't seen much of it here, which is interesting.
Yeah, the Bombers have kind of went back to that man-to-man look, as that is a three from Kottman. No good. Shot clock is turned off as Levy gets the rebound. Getting something here before the half would be huge for the Bombers, as Rigby is wide open on the right side, and we'll give it up to Roeder. 10 seconds. Bombers need to go quickly here. Calvert thought about the three, instead spins, puts up a tough layup, no good. And that will do it for the first half.
And a little elevator play out the backside with a double pin down, and Kylie was open just for half a tick, but not long enough to get that shot off. And her forte is not really taking it to the basket. She's a spot-up shooter, and when you're open, shoot the darn thing, but scouts out on her as well, Brock.
32-25, Gilbert leads heading into the half. We'll step aside for a little bit and then recap the first half and then get back into it with getting ready here for the second half. Bombers are down in this one as the Tigers lead at 32-25 in this Raccoon River Conference battle here inside the hangar. And again, Bombers are on the losing end right now currently. Not out of it, but so far so good for the Tigers.
It is, and this is kind of what we've seen here these last couple. We've been in it early and at half, and we've got a little spark to us. Can we sustain it through the second half? Because I know Coach doesn't like to talk about the depth issue, but it's definitely an issue, and we saw it as we got down 9 there, and it was kind of up and down, helter-skelter, frantic pace. Doesn't suit the Bombers very well when we're only playing 6 girls, you know. 6 maybe with a touch of 7, but it all helps when the ball goes through the basket, right, Bear? And we started off hot and cooled off, and Gilbert's scored in a variety of ways.
They've had their fair share of long threes as well as shots inside, as Henningson's layup was no good. Wasn't touched by anybody, so it will be Bombers ball.
Yeah, she just kind of flailed on that one, and she was kind of maybe looking for a bailout, but there was no touch. Coach Frisk is wondering what's going on.
Again, the Tigers set up in their pressure defense here. So they get it in the Levy.
Maybe looked like she might have taken an extra step or two there. No call, but they just kind of deny that inbounds and then, again, take a little time off the clock, make us think, and now there's 25 on the shot clock as we just get into our offense. So it serves its purpose if you're the Tigers.
Rigby fires a 3, hits it.
There you
They've
go.
been sagging off her all night, and Casey Rigby finally decides to put one up and hits her first shot of the night.
And I think she's going to have to make 1 or 2 more of those too, Brock, but pretty good stroke there from Casey. With confidence, she shot that one.
Henningson looking to respond as that ball hits the top of the backboard. Out of bounds, Bombers ball.
Gilbert with that, denying Levy the inbounds is the plan here. Is Patel, who's guarding Calvert. Now it's into Roeder.
Bombers able to get it over half court with Thompson. Roeder on the left side. Calvert with 0 points so far tonight as Rigby fires another 3, misses that one. And rebound to Patel.
Pretty decent look. She missed Henningson on the breakout there.
And that 3 from Kottman is nothing but pure.
Man, and that thing just draws the rain off the rooftops here, Bear. If that was an icicle, it would be a long one, I'll tell you that. But we haven't had any snow. We're hoping for a white Christmas, Bear. Yes or no?
I'm hoping for one.
You're hoping for
but
one.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I agree. Might be a wet Christmas with the rain.
So Rigby's, Levy's 3 is no good. Rebound by the Tigers. Back to a 7-point deficit for the Bombers as that shot inside is good from Schnormeyer. She would go to the line as she was able to draw a foul.
Callie Hales with the hesitation dribble on the left hand and went right by Calvert and then found her on the block for the and one, and we're in that Top Gun Maverick danger zone here, Brock, right now if we go down 10. And we didn't, but we're going to get up an offensive rebound, which is salt in the wound here.
Here's Kottman over to Henningson. She's got Schnormeyer wide open, but instead hesitates for a little.
Yeah, she missed her. You're right. She was wide open, and Schnormeyer's knocked down 3 threes, if we're correct. And maybe missed opportunity there for the Tigers.
Hales with it.
Well, she's got pretty good handles for a freshman, Brock.
6th in Class 4A in assists per game, and she can toss the ball really well. It's not just getting the assist. She's able to put it right in the sweet spot for the Tigers.
Put it right in the shooting pocket. Put them in a position to score. Something to that, right? As far as, yeah, you can make a great pass, but a great pass is when they catch it in the right spot to shoot it. A good pass is finding somebody open.
She's done that well for the Tigers so far this year as she's averaging 4 assists a game. She's got a couple tonight as Levy's tripped. Bombers get it over half court.
Yeah, that was a little awkwardness there. It looked like she did get tripped up, but no call.
And Calvert lost the ball inside, stolen away by Hales. Another thing she does well is stealing the ball as there's a foul on the other end against Levy. And the Tigers, again, gaining momentum.
You know what's impressive, Brock, is the way they throw the ball ahead, and they're kind of fearless with it. I mean, it is right. We've got girls in position, but it's almost like the old adage, on the football field with the wide receiver. If you're even, you're leaving them. And that's what they're doing. They're throwing it ahead of their girls, and they're catching it and getting some opportunities here, either for easy buckets or for free throws. So
and that is Katie Sneezik checking in for Abby Patel. And for one more free throw is Cotman. Makes it.
Got them both. Took the average up there, Bear.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Pretty handsy there from Hales. Ooh, and Levy. It's like something just kind of stepped wrong or something. Maybe a knee gave out. That I have that happen sometimes, Bear, but I'm 41. Like when I get out of bed in the morning. Whew, it's the pit's getting old, especially when it's cold outside, Bear. But you got shorts on and a hoodie. It's like it's a nice fall day for you. You're crazy.
I love it. Calvert's three is no good. Oh, bounce out of bounds. She's been held scoreless tonight, which if you're the Tigers, that's a really, really good sign.
It is, and you've given me the stat a couple times. When Kylie Calvert hits 3 threes in a game, do we lose very often? I don't believe we do.
If you combine last year and this year, we are 12-0 when Calvert hits 3 threes.
Well, that's a pretty good stat, and she's 0 for right now, but plenty of time left in the game to get it going. Nice step through there. Nice defense by Roeder.
Bombers now with it as Levy draws a foul. Great effort there, though, by Schnormeyer battling for that ball.
Yeah, well, it's a nice step through there from Schnormeyer as well, but Roeder with pretty good defense. See the freshman Grace Grunmeyer come in. She was the big cheese on Friday night with that game winner in the JV game off the 1 foot off the glass from 27.
That was a great way to end that JV game for the Bombers as Thompson's layup is no good.
Leah needs to just go up strong with that ball, gather, jump stop, and do her thing. Little step through. Again, these Tigers and the pace they want to play, it puts us in a compromised position. A little down screen double action there for Koutman.
And Henningson's layup is no good. She's had a good touch so far tonight, unable to get anything going here in this third quarter, though.
Yeah, she has. Pretty good footwork from Henningson, too.
Huge three from Levy, just unable to get it to go, and a rebound by Kottman.
And, Brock, you're seeing the same thing I am, but we're a little short on those now. We might be getting a little bit fatigued. Little high horns action with that ball screen. They take that other horns and they ball screen the other post, but when you got Henningson that can handle it pretty well, it's a nice little action to run.
With 10 seconds on the shot clock, Kottman over to Schnormeyer, who fires a highly contested three.
Wow.
Nailed it right in front of Levy's face, and a timeout called by the Ballard Bombers.
That was right in Reagan Levy's eye, and there wasn't much she could do about it. Just pretty good defense, but a better shot there from Schnormeyer. Is that her 4th three of the game?
Third three. But she also has 8 points in this quarter.
Schnormeyer does.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, wait, correction. Nope, 4-3, correct. You're correct. I put it for Kottman on my stat sheet.
4th three, okay. She's filling it up then. This is a scene that we've seen before from the Bombers in the second half.
Yep.
What did we have? What was the halftime score there?
32-25.
Well, so it's 10-3 right now and a 10-3 run to open the third. And most coaches in America will tell you the first 3 minutes of the second half are probably the most important of the game. And right now we've lost the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. So we got to get stops on the defensive end, bottom line, and we haven't so far. I think they've scored 5 out of their last 6 trips. Got to muster up some energy here for the Bombers.
So the Bombers down double digits here, have the ball after the timeout. What could be a huge game heading into the winter break for both teams. A win would be huge for both teams. A loss could be crucial. As Grunmeyer will fire a long range shot, no good. Rebound by Thompson, and she gets the 2-point shot, her first bucket in this half.
Got a little gift there. She pulled the chair out on the block out, and Gilbert Tiger was Oh, that was a flailer there from Hales. She wishes she had that one back. A little bit out of control from the freshman there. Take the good with the bad if you're Coach Frisk.
And Grunmeyer fires a three in the corner and hits it. Grace Grunmeyer with the three-point shot.
Couple of stops and a couple of buckets. We're right back in it. Cut it to 9 here. Need 3 more of those just like that if you're the Bombers. Get one here and get another bucket. Grace Grunmeyer, though, the freshman with confidence shooting it. Like to see that.
Especially when the Bombers are looking for some role players off the bench.
Yeah, there's definitely minutes to be had.
Tigers with it. Patel steps through and gets the 2-point shot.
Really good step through there from Abby Patel. And we just get loosey-goosey with it again there.
Another turnover for the Bombers. Katie Sneezik and number 31, Ella Henningsen check in, as well as number 10, Abigail Thompson for the Gilbert Tigers. The other couple of Tigers on the court currently are number 11, Adeline Guck, and number 2, Callie Hales. They lead it by 11 with 2:12 left in the third.
Coach Frisk here barking out of command. Horns 3, so we got a ball screen for Hales and right to the rack with no help. There was absolutely no defensive rotation there for the Bombers. And Coach is going to see that on film and not like that at all on the defensive rotation.
So we'll remain Bombers ball as it was tipped off of Henningsen.
We got a gift there because we threw that one right to Henningsen.
Bombers have been struggling here in this third quarter as Roeder finds Levy as she's falling out of bounds. Levy's layup is good.
Nice play there to gather that one up from Reagan Levy. And a good save, but here come the Tigers right back at us.
Wasting no time trying to get back in the scoring column. That is Guck, who finds Henningsen down low, but it was tipped by Thompson, and there's a steal.
Good play there by Aaliyah. Now, if I'm Kylie, I run down and get my feet set. Reagan Levy's got to take that ball right at Kylie Calvert's defender.
Thompson inside, layup is no good. A little strong there from Aaliyah Thompson. And a rebound to Abigail Thompson of the Tigers.
With the 5-out stuff, you got to dribble, penetrate, and put pressure on other defenders. If you get your shoulders by your defender, take it right at another one. If they help, there's an open 3. If they don't, you got a layup.
Henningsen is thinking about shooting a 3 over Thompson. Instead, takes it in on her and gets the 2-point shot.
Man, they have slithered their way into some buckets tonight, Brock. It looks like they haven't had anywhere to go, and they find a way.
Calvert misses another 3, and a foul on the rebound. And it'll be against Roeder. That's her third.
Yeah, maybe just going after the glass there.
Guck and Hales will head to the bench as Schnormeyer and Kottman check back in for the Tigers for the final 44 seconds. And with that substitution, you can kind of get a sense that the Tigers are going for the kill in this final 40 seconds.
Yep, and they've got us down 13. Good action there, Schnormeyer, but good defense by Aaliyah Thompson.
Kottman takes it in, floater's no good. Almost able to get her own offensive rebound, but that will go out of bounds. She tips it off herself, and it will be Bombers ball with 25 seconds left.
A lot of effort there, though, from Kottman.
This Tiger team has been very impressive. Only 4-3 on the year. Does not really show how good this Tigers team has played this season.
Well, Brock, they're in their deep. I mean, they're playing 9 girls, 8-9 girls, and it's making a difference. And I know we don't want to beat a dead horse and keep harping on it, but that makes a heck of a difference if you're fresh coming into a game and you can give your best for 3 or 4 minutes or 2 to 3.
Levy will reset with 8 seconds on the game clock here in the third quarter. Thompson rips, goes to the left side, floater is good, and hopefully that could be a sign of good things to come in the fourth quarter.
Pretty good action there from the Bombers, and Aaliyah Thompson making things happen. Really nice play from her.
The Bombers still are down in this one as the Gilbert Tigers lead 48-37. Hey
folks, on your screen, big day coming up January 7th. after the holiday break, but we've got some guys who are going to be hanging around as they're on break from University of Iowa. 2 local kids, 2 outstanding all-conference baseball players, Sam Peterson, a local Huxley kid, and Brody Brecht, just down the road from the Ankeny Hawk. These 2 guys will be at the Flyby Show, Flight Lounge, Flight Bar and Grill. Doors open 6 o'clock. Show will start at 6:30. Food's going to be outstanding. I think we may have 1 table left and plenty of individual tickets. Also got to sponsor the 2020 Eye Care, is going to sponsor some autographs from these guys. And high chance that these guys will be getting drafted in Major League Baseball draft, if not this year, then down the road. But quite an opportunity. Come in, check out Flight. You can come early, have a burger. There'll be some food there during the show as well. Maybe do a question and answer with these guys. But a local flavor, some big-time guests. Hope to see you there January 7th, 6 o'clock. Doors will open, 6:30 the show starts, and should be a fun evening with some Iowa Hawkeyes and local guys.
Bombers have a long way to go to get back in this one. Down 11 here heading in the 4th quarter. Fortunately, they will start out with the ball.
I think that's a country song. Isn't it a long way to go in a short time to get there? I don't know who sings that. Dan will have to look that up for us. Got a long way to go in a short time to get there. That feels like it might be a Chris Ledoux song.
Levy will lob it inside to Thompson as she was able to set her feet and get the 2-point shot to start the 4th quarter.
Good set, good action. Nice catch there from Aaliyah. Better find from Levy. Bombers down 9. Kind of just hanging around here, Brock. We got to get 3 stops in a row and 3 buckets, and it'll be a different ball game.
Tigers on the other end trying to extend their lead. Still a reset here.
The thing about this Tiger team, Brock, is all 5 girls can handle it. I mean, they can all kind of get to the rim, and they, some of them know their role as shooters, but they can all do a little dribble handoff and put pressure.
Levy
to the rim.
Takes it to the hoop, draws the foul on Henningsen, and will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
We got to get both of these out of Reagan. Cut it to 7, see what happens. We'd like to have it be 5 or less by that 4-minute mark, Brock, and then we give ourselves a pretty good chance. And you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. As far as being down and putting Gilbert at the free throw line, could come back into play here as this game gets a little tighter.
2 for 2 on that trip from Levy. And if my board is correct, that's the Bombers' first 2 free throws of the night.
Yeah, I think that probably is. I'll tell you what, the Bombers showing some grit here.
Trying to fight back in this one in the 4th quarter.
A double pin down, and they slipped it, but
Schnormeyer's shot's no good. Tipped by Henningsen. Ball's still loose. Hales comes up with it. Ball's loose as Calvert's able to strip it, and that is Kottman able to recover it for the Tigers. Inside, Schnormeyer is fouled on the way up, and she will go to the line. Fouls on Levy, her second.
Pretty good move there from Schnormeyer, but about 3 change of possessions down there, Brock. Nobody really wanted the basketball, but
first one is good.
Again, surprising to me that they don't shoot. I mean, they're shooting it better tonight, I think, from the free throw line, but the way they shoot it from distance, it's an anomaly to me. It just doesn't make sense. But I got a small mind, though, Brock. Small brain
on that trip.
You got a big brain, that big old head of yours.
I think it's more air. But
okay, well, whatever you say. I'm trying to give you props.
Bombers with it, down 9.
Bombers need a bucket here.
Grunmeyer on the left side will dribble it out and find Levy in the corner, who's wide open for 3. Just can't find the bottom of the bucket. Schnormeyer was able to save it to Kottman. Kottman gives it up quickly to Patel. Down low to Henningsen. Her layup bounces out.
Oh, man, she threw that one high off the glass, and I think Henningsen was maybe thinking she was going to be contacted there, and she wasn't.
Levy pulls up in transition, and she hits it. Levy with 5 in the 4th quarter.
Well, here we are at 6, and we talked about getting it to 5 or less with 4 to go, so we're on track. Coach Anderson got a timeout. Again, stops on the defensive side. Finish the possession with the rebound, come down, and let's get Levy, Thompson. I think Kylie Calvert's due for one to make here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
but
again, Calvert's still scoreless tonight.
And we're right there, Brock. I mean, we are knocking on the door, but we've got to get stops. When we get it to 6 or 7, we give up an easy one or an and one or some free throws. So, but again, we're not giving up. The girls have not quit. They were down 13, down 14 there at one point. Now we're clawing our way back into it. And like I said, this is to go into break. This would be a good one to get.
Yeah, especially when the first game out of break is against North Polk at North Polk, which is a tough place to play when it comes to girls basketball.
Yeah, that won't be a fun one by any stretch.
Gilbert Tigers on the other end will resume basketball action at home against Bondurant Farrar. Again, you mentioned heading in this one, this Tigers team is really young. The entire starting lineup is underclassmen, or at least they're not seniors this year, so they'll have pretty much everybody back next year. And tonight they've played some impressive basketball.
They have, as long as nobody leaves in the transfer portal, Bear. I don't know if that's a thing in Raccoon River Conference. I don't know. It isn't yet anyway. I hope not.
One can only pray. Tigers with it.
Good ball pressure up here from Roeder as she loses her feet, but back on him. Woo, got away with one there maybe.
Henningsen takes to the hoop, misses it. Rebound by Calvert.
Kylie on the move here.
Thompson open for three, and she hits it. And the Bombers are getting back into it.
That's a big one there from Aaliyah. Down 3. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas, Brock.
Hales drives in, kicks it out. Patel thought about the three. Instead, we'll give it to Schnormeyer, who misses that one. Tipped out of bounds. And they'll say it'll be a Tiger ball.
Might have missed that one, but again, got to finish with a rebound. Schnormeyer, I thought that one was down when she shot it. I just did. It's kind of been that thing all night, getting a little snake bitten.
Well, credit to Patel making that extra pass, finding the better shooter. But instead, this time, Patel calls her own number, splits the defense, and gets the layup.
And just kind of knifed her way in there.
Levy fires a three, hits the front of the rim and out. And the rebound by Hales.
Some would say that's not a great look, but for Reagan, it's a really good one. We've seen her make more of those than we've seen her miss.
Bombers down 5. Getting close to that 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. The Tigers are looking to extend their lead as Hales spins, finds Patel, and that floater is good.
I'll tell you what, Callie Hales' handles are a force to be reckoned with. We've seen her get out of control a couple times, but for a freshman, you're going to see that. But 9 times out of 10, she's got it on a string, and she makes the right decision. You mentioned what she's averaging for assists in a game, and it's noted here tonight.
Bombers with it. Grunmeyer open for 3, misses everything, out of bounds, and it will be Tigers ball.
Like the take, though, from Grace. She was open. You got to shoot that. Nothing wrong with that take.
It looks like Rigby's going to check back in. She'll check in for Grunmeyer as she heads to the bench. And credit to Grace Grunmeyer, though, for great effort tonight. You know, freshman player not getting a lot of playing time early in the year, and now due to an injury with the Bombers,
seeing some time and taking some shots, right? That's a scary thing to do.
And Schnormeyer's 3 rattles out, but Henningsen is able to get the offensive rebound and the layup.
Offensive rebound, and they're just making us work every time down.
Back to 9.
On the defensive side and on the offensive side.
Levy with it. Get a screen from Rigby, steps back, picks up her dribble over to Roeder. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Mia Kautman is all over Thompson right here.
And the ball will go out of bounds and will remain Gilbert ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. I was just going to mention great defense last couple minutes for the Tigers.
Yeah. He's kind of been just all over Aaliyah, away from the ball, a little handsy for my liking as far as maybe an away from the ball foul call. Tried to run the elevator play there for Calvert, but nice defense by Patel.
And the ball is turned over by the Bombers. Schnormeyer drives in, finds Kottman, and a foul called on her way to the bucket. Foul is on Calvert.
Up 9, they keep the pressure on him with pushing the tempo. There's something to that, I feel like, Brock. We mention it a lot, but it's a successful way to play basketball. It keeps your team engaged. It makes you play instinctively, and it puts the other team at a disadvantage on both sides of the ball.
1 for 2 for Cotman on that possession. Here come the Bombers. Levy into the corner to Rigby. Rigby fires a 3, no good. And the rebound by Schnormeyer.
Pretty good look there, though, for Casey. Oh, when they just give it away, Schnormeyer.
Jump ball, though, and it will remain with the Tigers.
Bombers need to make something happen. We had it to 3, but now we've gone scoreless here for about 3 minutes.
Levy deflects the inbounds pass. Remains Gilbert ball.
Bombers can be fairly aggressive here. We only have 2 fouls for the quarter. And it could be a free throw shooting contest.
2:50 to go. Hales taking it inside, calling her own number, no good. Rebound by Henningsen. Henningsen puts it up, draws the foul, and she will go to line.
Hales just kind of threw that one up there. She refused the double ball screen and went to her right. That's one thing. If you're going to knock on her game just a little bit, it might be the way she finishes around the basket. It's a little bit out of sorts sometimes, but as far as her decision-making with the pass, it's on point.
Free throw is no good from Henningsen. That foul was on Rigby. And you mentioned Hales and her finishing ability, and she's only a freshman, so
yeah, plenty of time to improve on that.
How much improvement can even come from an athlete who's played really well tonight.
Yeah, for sure, and it's definitely there. And again, they just put pressure on us on the full court, make us think.
Bombers get it over half court. Thompson will fire the 3, hits it, and a timeout called.
Big 3 there from Aaliyah Thompson. We needed that one desperately. Thompson's filling it up with 26 tonight, Brock, and this is the Aaliyah Thompson we're kind of used to seeing, or the one that we thought we would see more of, but we just again we need a little more help for her. But down 8 with 2:30 to go, 3 team fouls. I look for us to be pretty aggressive here in the full court, and I don't think we've got anybody with Roeder's got 3, I believe. Other than that, we're pretty safe. So.
Yeah, and Thompson and Levy have had a good night. Both have double digits. Thompson has 26 and Levy has 15. Only 9 points outside of those 2. So definitely look to see the Tigers just basically try to shut them down.
And it's been a Roeder 3, and it's been a Grunmeyer 3 and a Rigby 3. That's the 9 that we've gotten outside of Levy and Thompson. So, which, you know what? Kudos to those girls for contributing here, because we need more of it. That's for sure. Looks like the Bombers are just going to stay back here in the half court. Maybe look for a little half court trap action, I would presume.
Let's see what they come out with here. Tigers with the ball up 8. So we hit the 2:30 mark in the fourth quarter. Looks like they might be back in that zone look.
Bombers in a zone here with 2:30 to go. If I'm the Tigers, I put it on my hip out here at the volleyball line and run clock. And that's what we're going to see here. And I get something going at about the 10-second, 9-second mark.
And there's the 10-second mark in the shot clock, so they'll probably run something here now. Cotman on the right side finds Hales. 5 seconds. Needs to put up something. Cotman fires a long 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound by Roeder. Bombers have no time to waste here with 1:50 left in the fourth quarter, down 8.
It was a 37-second possession, though, Brock, and it's kind of like one of those things in football. Can't waste a lot of time. Need to make that one.
Thompson in the right corner. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Roeder. Roeder to Rigby. Rigby thought about the 3. Now will put it up and hits it.
Big 3 there from Casey Rigby.
Her second.
Now we'll see if we go back to the zone.
1:23 left.
Now coach is yelling him to match up, because I think we're going to have to maybe see a foul here, play this one down, and then we'll see what happens.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Schnormeyer will give it up to Hales. And a timeout called by the Tigers with 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. They're up 5 here, but the Bombers are looking to make a last-minute fight in this one.
Yeah, Coach Mike Frisk did not like how that was going. He got the ball back into Hale's hands, but he didn't like where that was going. So look for something out of the timeout here, a little set to get something going to the basket, maybe to the free throw line. But again, if you're the Bombers, you can play aggressive. However, you don't want to foul here with 13 on the shot clock. We don't need to reset it and go again. So in the huddle, Coach Anderson's probably talking about defense. Don't use your hands. Finish the possession with a rebound. Let's get one. Something going to the basket, maybe an and one, and then we get to a 2-point game. You never know what happens. Then that free throw shooting could come in to play that we talked about earlier.
So a close game with 1:06 left in the fourth quarter, and we still have our boys varsity game coming up, which should be another good game. Bombers coming off of a great victory against the Carroll Tigers. That offense was clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, this game, this girls' game here tonight has been a lot of runs. You know,
Yep.
it's been 5 here, 7 there, 8 there, 10 there. We're on one right now, so
See if they can keep it going. Tigers will get the ball out of the timeout. Possession arrow is towards the Bombers, so if there's a jump ball, that'll be a good sign for the Bombers. Foul situation, Bombers are 2 away from putting the Tigers in the bonus. Tigers have only committed 1 this quarter. The ball is tipped on the inbound, stolen away. Here come the Bombers.
couldn't ask for a better possession there on the defensive side for the Bombers. Now we got to get something. There's
Levy
a good look.
feeds Thompson. Her floater off the back of the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts up a tough shot. Draws a foul. She will go to the line. Great effort there from Aaliyah Thompson. Great feed from Levy down low.
Yeah, nice set there. Kind of got her going downhill again to the basket.
Foul is on Hales, her first. Second team foul in this quarter for the Tigers. So
Coach Frisk wishes he had that one back down here on the inbounds.
Thompson's free throw is good. Key free throws here for the Bombers. With 53, a little over 53 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The second one is
Just
good.
enough. Climbed over the front of the rim. Good touch.
And Rigby fouled Hales right away. Looks like there may have been a wide open player.
Yeah, it
according to
was. Coach Anderson was wondering who was guarding number 1, Mia Koutman. And the quick foul there by Rigby. But, you know, with the shot clock here, this is where you determine how you want to manage the game. Well, the next one, the Tigers will go to the free throw line. This young Tiger team here, we'll see as it's getting tight. And maybe just on the hand there from Kylie.
Foul called, so that will lead to the Tigers going in the line. Schnormeyer will shoot a pair. That's Rigby, Calvert's third, as the Bombers hit 5 fouls. So 2 free throws for the Tigers. First one is good. We've mentioned that this Tiger team came into the game only shooting 50% from the line, but they're shooting way better than that tonight.
Yeah, they are. I think your scouting report was way off, Brock.
Schnormeyer 3 for 3 in this quarter, 3 of 4 now with that miss.
You put the jinx on her, though, just like you were supposed to.
Bombers need to go quickly here. Levy open for 3, hits it. Reagan Levy with the 3-point shot. Bombers are only down 1 now. Hales gets it up and will find Kottman. Kottman finds Schnormeyer, 13 seconds left. Bombers need to foul, and they do.
They got a quick one there. Let it be a little quicker than that, but pretty good job there by the Tigers. Great defense on the inbounds by Aaliyah Thompson, denying that entry pass. Tigers did a nice job staying under control, but what a big 3 from Levy.
Levy was just called for that foul. That's her third. Schnormeyer will get 2 more free throws. Misses the first.
Not for the Bombers. You got to block out here, Brock. Thompson and Roeder need to get block out.
1 more free throw for Schnormeyer.
The Tigers can be super aggressive with only 2 team fouls so far here in the fourth. I'm pretty sure Coach Frisk is going to have that conversation right now, knowing they can foul twice before anything happens, as long as it's not on a shot. But this is where Coach Mike Frisk, and with his young team, he's really got to coach him up here, because now we're in a tight one. They've kind of led. It's kind of been pretty simple for them, but everybody gets a little tighter here, Brock. When the clock goes down and the score gets closer, everybody gets a little tense.
On the Bombers' end, they need to get something here. Only down 2, though. If you're the coach, or like if you're Coach Anderson, what do you think he's telling him?
Well, what I'm saying here is I think we're going to see some sort of action with Aaliyah Thompson going to the basket. And if not, we're going to look. I still believe he believes in Kylie Calvert. So if we can get somehow with Levy and with Thompson, maybe in a screen and roll game possibly, or put Thompson with the ball. But again, 12 seconds, we know Gilbert's going to foul. We know they're probably going to put a little bit of full court pressure on here. So number one thing, get the ball into our front court, and then let's see what happens. I'm not sure what the timeout situation is. The Bombers don't have any timeouts left, so that's maybe a hindrance here. But
here we go. 12 seconds to go. Bombers down 2. Levy gets the inbounds. Tigers pressuring. 9 seconds. Calvert, one-handed pass up to Thompson. The Bombers need to go. Thompson finds Rigby. Rigby over to Levy, and Levy is fouled with 2 seconds left. If anything, I am honestly happy that a foul got called with 2 seconds.
Yes, I am as well, because we were out of sorts right there and not sure what's going on. Now I'm going to look for something. Thompson with the inbounds, and let's look to back screen her back in here, Brock. So if I can get Calvert the ball.
Okay, timeout called by the Tigers with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bombers down 2.
If we can, here's what I'm looking at, is I seen Aaliyah with trying to take the ball out of bounds. If they're going to play us man-to-man, Brock, I look for us to find Calvert maybe on a back screen back here, or Levy, but then I'm going to back screen Aaliyah back into that block and look for gets her something going to the basket with her left hand. If she takes the ball out of bounds, they're going to back screen her back into the action here. Let's see if we can prognosticate that, channel my inner Tony Romo, and see if we can make the call.
2.2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tigers up 2. Bombers with the possession.
Thing is, it's got to be quick with 2.2. You can't stand and wait. It's got to be enter the ball, so I'm going to try to down screen out, but Calvert's going to have to clear out of there. But I try to get Thompson the ball back in.
Thompson inbound it. Pass to Levy. Levy fires for 3, and a foul called on the floor.
I don't know what
There should be more time on the clock.
Yeah, you would think there would be more time as well. I agree. But here I don't love a Thompson taking the ball out of bounds, because she needs to be underneath the basket. There you go.
So Levy will inbound it with 0.5 seconds left. And they're going all in on double teaming Thompson. So they'll feed it to Rigby. Rigby puts it up for 3. And that is no good. And the Tigers will win it here in the hangar. Close one. Really a great shot, though. Yeah. Couldn't have asked for a better look in a close game, but the Bombers fall again, 3 games in a row here in the hangar.
Got a great look, but a lot better effort tonight from us in the second half, which we got down 14, and we both said the Bombers could be in trouble. But we got an outstanding performance tonight from Aaliyah Thompson. She carried us. She had 28. We just couldn't make things happen there late in the game. We just needed maybe a couple more seconds. Not having any timeouts left maybe hurt us, but you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on our girls' part. So much better effort. I think Coach would maybe like us our defensive effort to be a little bit better, but I thought we competed hard all night till that final horn sounded. So, hey, and this Gilbert team, man, they got some players. Again, Raccoon River, right? There's no nights off. They're young, and they got big game experience tonight. I mean, that's a good win for that young Gilbert Tiger team to go into the break, to come on the road and get that W. So hats off to them. they held on for dear life is what they did, Brock. That's
yes.
for sure.
And
for sure.
Great effort by them on basically triple teaming or putting everybody on Thompson. Bombers did get an open shot from Rigby, just unable to get it to fall, and the Bombers fall in this one. Tigers win it 60-58. We'll step aside real quick, but be back here shortly for the boys varsity game between the Ballard Bombers and the Gilbert Tigers.